How many of you out there leverage usability tests and survey techniques more than any other UX methods? If so, you are not alone. Many colleagues and clients report they're in the same boat. Surveys are a series of questions posed to a specific group of people via a written or verbal questionnaire, and they can be administered through email, by phone. Surveys are one of many methods we can employ in the product discovery and validation activities. When seeking to answer one question, people typically employ a poll. Polls are effective in getting quick responses or preferences that can be used to help predict demand and can serve as inputs to a company's strategy, for example. Polls are widely used, as you know, ahead of political elections, and recently there was a lot of criticism in how poorly the polls performed in predicting the extent of the margins for one candidate over the other. Based on several polls, the actual margins were more narrow than initially predicted, raising skepticism around the utility of the polls and potential biases that exist. You have to ask yourself, is accuracy on the margins more important than the poll predictions themselves? Polling is just one part of the story. The election predictions, for example, used not only the polls, but also early ballot returns and past prediction results. So remember, your surveys and polls are only one facet of this story and should be interpreted with caution. You have to consider the demographics and potential sampling bias, like who was home to answer your telephone poll. Or did your questions fall prey to response biases, where respondents reported what they thought were agreeable responses? Predictions have to be carefully balanced with biases and demographic considerations. My point is that surveys and polls are one data point in the entire story and should be coupled with data gathered from other sources and other methods. For example, behavioral data. So when you look at behavioral data coupled with that questionnaire or response data, you get a good picture of what people say and what they do and where it aligns. When you think about capturing these different types of data, you want to ensure that you're asking the right questions in the right way, to the right groups of people, how you engage them. All of those considerations require that you have some experience or expertise in human subject or human subject experimentation. And so it's important that you understand, are you capable of doing this alone, or should you partner with someone who has that capability? Not as easy as you thought it was, but definitely possible using partnerships or expertise and references that can help you to get answers to those questions. And it's all about making sure you effectively plan, execute, and analyze that data, understanding any potential biases and other pitfalls that can come into play. Thanks again for listening, and have a good day.